Good evening, all. We are live. It is Friday evening here in the UK. It is a post-election hangover day, and what a day it wasn't. All the usual bullshit. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, Joker. Good evening,
Hey
Iman.
yo,
How you doing, fellas? You both all right?
we're good.
Hey, yup. Not bad, mate. How are you?
Yeah, fine. We're fine. There's Ralph, there's Halakar, and there's Straw Piglet, and there are people lurking
We have
in chat.
lurkers.
We do have lurkers. Yes, yes. So, hello, Brian. I hope you're all well. As soon as I said there were lurkers, we always end up losing somebody because we had 7 people and now we're down to 5 and now we're up to 8. It's unreliable, isn't it? YouTube reporting how many people in chat is unreliable.
I think our politics are more and more resembling the US as time goes on, and it's not good.
Yes, it's like a slow polymorph spell that slowly changes them. It's like, they are slowly getting worse. But hey ho.
Without getting political, who did you vote for?
I ain't saying. It's my business. It's my business.
All right. I just wanted to stir up some drama in chat. Actually, you know what? There's enough drama with the Euros. Did you see the Spain-Germany game?
I saw the highlights at the end.
I'm not sure how that handball wasn't given.
Well, it'll be analysed, and I'm not sorry that Spain are through because they've probably been the best team of the tournament so far, and we have issues with Germany at tournaments.
Wait, didn't Spain lose to Georgia, or no? They just beat them.
Oh, they hammered Georgia.
Oh, no, I'm thinking of Portugal. Sorry.
They hammered. Flesh to stone. Yeah, that'd be a good way. Hello, Squirrel. Hello, Daniel. How are you, chaps? But yes, flesh to stone on British politics would be good. Yes, turn them all into statues and shut them up. Right. We're not going to harp on about everything that happened yesterday. I mean, I'm not going to go into it anymore. No. Any games this week, chaps, apart from Call of Cthulhu on Tuesday?
I've been playing an anime game called Sandland.
Any good?
It's not too bad. It's the art style is nice and quirky, but yeah.
I finished that Sherlock Holmes game I've been playing last night.
Ooh.
Yes.
So I have 2 new games donated to me by the very, very generous Brian and Omanal, and I'll be looking into them after the weekend.
How does Sherlock play?
It's all right. It's a bit linear. It's a story game, really. It has adventure and puzzle elements. The stories are quite good.
It's similar to the new Alone in the Dark, actually.
It's got no you can't die in it though. There's no lethality in it. That's the thing.
Yeah.
In Sherlock Holmes, you don't die. It does lead you a little bit by the hand. There are some bits where you think, oh, that was a bit tenuous, but it's quite good. It stays in the spirit of it. It stays in the spirit of it very nicely. So I enjoyed it. Given that it only cost me a couple of quid from GOG.com, I got my money's worth out of it. So
what kind of game was it? Was it a Steam type game or?
It runs through the GOG launcher. It's an old PC. Well, it's a PC conversion of a console game, I believe. But GOG have their own launcher like Steam does. It runs through that. Plays nicely. It was a bit of fun for a week or so, and now it's completed.
Tell Joker what Omanal and Brian gifted you.
Crusader Kings 3 from Brian, and The Witcher 3 from Omanal, who's determined to make me like something to do with The Witcher, because I did
Yeah.
try playing the first Witcher game, and I think it's shit.
The third one is the best in the series.
I've heard that, yeah. So I've got those two games to play.
Everyone you've talked to has said the exact same thing.
The only issue I might have is that I think my PC is going to struggle a little bit to run either of them at a good speed.
Yeah.
If that happens to be the case, then I'm going to put them to one side and play them when I get a better PC. I've tested them; they both work, but the loading times were a bit.
Yeah.
So I'll see if I can tweak. Now I've finished Sherlock Holmes. I'll sit down with these new games and see if I can tweak the settings to make them a little quicker. Because of course it will default to higher settings. The problem with this PC is the graphics card. It's got an okay processor. It's got 16 gig of RAM, which is fine. It's just got a 2 gig graphics card. That's the problem.
Yeah, it's definitely not good enough for The Witcher 3.
Ralph, I have Talisman, but I have it on GOG, not on Steam. Or did I have it on Steam? Is it on Steam or GOG? I've got it. I think it's GOG. Let me look.
It's one of them.
I've got the Batman game. I've got the Batman version of Talisman on.
I've got Talisman on GOG.com, not on Steam. Sorry. We have a Daniel. Hello, Daniel.
How you guys doing?
Hey,
Absolutely fine.
It always takes me a couple minutes to remember how to get on. You know.
And then you have saddos like me who are just waiting for John to pop in, like.
A census of fingers and toes in the US would show a statistically significant difference between July the 2nd and July the 7th each year.
Yep.
I have seen some of the YouTube shorts of people Americans blowing themselves up on the 4th of July. It suited my sense of humor.
I have this saying: if you drink a fifth on the 4th, you may not go 4th on the 5th.
And how much is a fifth?
A liter.
Yeah. It depends what you drink your liter of. Obviously, if it's Jack Daniels, then you're not going anywhere on the 5th.
Hey, I made it to work by 7 o'clock this morning. So.
Oh wow! Then your liver is made of something that would be more akin to a Marvel comic.
Yeah.
You don't represent the average person, I don't think. Oh, Mercurius, here he is again.
Here's Mercurius. Hello, Mercurius, and thank you.
I took my kids fishing yesterday. The only thing we caught was I got a buzz.
So, were you? I'm trying to think. How much did you drink while fishing, and does that affect your ability to catch fish?
Did you mean how much did he drink a fish while drinking?
No, drinking the fish out of water.
I had vodka and 7-Up, and they would have been about 3 shots per 12-ounce bottle.
What's 12
That's
ounces?
not counting what I drank before we left. What I drank
Is
on
that
the way
300
over.
mil?
What?
Yeah, it's
330
mil.
mil.
330 mil, I believe. A standard sort of Coke bottle sort of size or can size.
Yeah.
See, we don't measure things in fluid ounces. We use actual measurements.
Well, we use pints, and a pint is however many fluid ounces, but American pints are smaller than ours.
Yeah.
There's fewer fluid ounces are the same here as in America, but
I think your pints
Because that makes so much sense, doesn't it?
Yeah.
it's either 12 and 16 or 16 and 20. I can't remember which.
16 and 12. I do believe
16. I thought it was 16 and 20.
it might be. Yeah, yours are 20, ours are 16. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's right. Yeah. So I mean, our pint is of course superior to yours because it involves more beer. So that's not that can't be argued.
Yeah, you get more beer for the amount that you pay. So
Yeah, it's probably factored into the price, though, I guess. Yes.
a fifth
You were
is
just
a fifth
listening
of
to
a US gallon. Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, but
right.
see, you guys say I drank 10 pints. We say we drank 16 pints. It sounds better.
But you had to get up and go to the bar less here.
Yeah. That's
Which
why
is
you do shots.
Right. Anyway,
Yeah.
I think we're going to start playing, and this is where I have to do a little change. Now, I might have to rely on you chaps to read chat tonight. Remember the issues I was having with my eyes last week?
Yeah.
It's because these glasses, my varifocals, aren't very good at looking very close up reading sort of range. They're everyday use sort of range. But when I but when I'm focusing up sort of 8 to 10 inches from my face, they don't work. So I got some prescription readers. But the problem with these is now I can't see chat now. But I can see my book very nicely. So
what that
there we
means,
go.
chat, is you can insult him as much as you want, but we won't tell him. Okay.
This is me reading chat in these. Apparently, I have the close-up vision of a 70-year-old. That's what he told me. So,
Oh yeah, because that's going to fill you with confidence, isn't it?
oh yeah, great, yeah.
Aye.
But these will allow me to paint again. Yep. Right. So 12 people in chat. I've got here number 331, which means we were going to sleep and preparing for the to face the big bad guy, because that's what we're going to do. So it should be the finale, I think, tonight. You get only a little sleep this night. Your mind is filled with the challenges of the quest that lies before you, and you are haunted by fears that Dark Lord Hakon may have already beaten you to the tomb of the Marjan and found the book of the Magna Chi. You rise before dawn and breakfast on a meal of sheep's butter and dry milk cake before bidding farewell to Tipassa's wife. The trek back to the Skyrider passes uneventfully, and by noon you have reached the rocky crag where the craft is moored. Nolrim is the first to greet you, but he cannot hide his disappointment that you've returned unaccompanied. Do not worry, Nolrim. The answer lies here, says Banadon, holding up Tipassa's diary. Prepare to set sail. As the Skyrider rises into the blue desert sky, Banadon hands over the helm to Nolrim and bids you follow him to his quarters at the prow. For 3 hours, he pores over his charts, making calculations, checking instrument readings, and racking his brain for the solution that will pinpoint the tomb of the Marjan. It's no use, he says, tired and exasperated. I just cannot fathom these numbers. Right, some of you may have to do a bit of Googling here. As you peel at the pages
we might be able to figure it out. What is it?
No, I've pre-read this one because I saw that there was no thing at the end. So you've got a puzzle to solve.
Shit, okay.
As you peer at the pages of Tipassa's diary, suddenly you realize that they are written in code. What Banadon assumes to be positions of stars is in fact a code to 3 numbers that give the precise location of the tomb. Consult the map at the front of the book to help you discover the location of the tomb of the Marjan. The first of the 3 numbers is equal to the number of oases on the trail between Ikaresh and Bir Rabalu. Hello, Longshot.
Am I going to have to look up the map of Lone Wolf's Book 5?
Yeah, if you can look up the map, you're allowed to Google this, look up the map of the Empire of Vassagonia from Lone Wolf Book 5. That's what you're going to need to do to come up with this number here. Nice little start to this stream tonight. So, chat, who's going to be first with the number of oases on the trail between Ikaresh and Bir Rabalu?
Ikaresh and Bir Rabalu. Which am I looking at the right map?
The Empire of Vasagonia. Vasagonia or Vasagonia? I think it's going to be Vasagonia. How many oases are there on the trail between Icaresh and Bir Rabalu? Halakar's going with 333, the number of gems of Thariston. Mercurius is going for 666.
No, I disagree
Mercurius,
with that.
It's basic counting. It's basic counting.
What's the first number again, John? What was the clue?
The number of oases on the trail between Icaresh and Bir Rabalu.
Icaresh. Where the hell is Icaresh?
It's right in the middle, Icaresh is. Bir Rabalu's bottom right.
I must be on the wrong map.
Ah, that's no good. Failed the task already.
Which map is it? There seems to be two.
The Empire of Vasagonia. That map.
Vasagonia?
Yes. I've got an earworm song in my head at the moment.
This is not clear enough. That's better.
I watched a video of an 80s song I suddenly remembered earlier.
There's
Icaresh. And I watched it twice. And now it's stuck in my head. Anyone ever heard of the band? Anyone ever heard of the band Kissing the Pink? They had a hit with a song called The Last Film. And that's what I watched. I quite like it. I think it's quite a good record.
Sounds like what good men do for their partners. First number I think is 3, John.
First number you think is 3? Well, Halakar said 3, didn't he?
I think it's 3. Number of oases between Icaresh and what was the other place called? Whatever the other place was called.
Bir
I count
Rabalu
3 as well.
Yes.
Yes, I count 3.
Yes. I said, "Do you speak my language?" She just smiled and gave me a Vegemite sandwich. Sorry, Strawberry. Yes, it's 3. So the first number is 3. The second number is equal to the number of cities in Vasagonia.
Number of cities?
Yeah.
Well, what's a city and what isn't?
I think the big ones are cities.
Joker breathing.
Is that Joker heavy breathing?
Oh, was it?
Yes, Joker. Lustful breathing. What constitutes a city?
Yeah, because there's a lot more than a single digit number of places.
Yeah, I think it's going to be the ones where. Ooh.
Is it this on? It looks like a house with a door, one window, and a little dome. That's what I would probably say. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
I think it could be the ones with flags above them.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, I agree with you. 7 there.
7. Yeah, I'm counting 7. Yeah.
You have the close-up vision of a 99-year-old. Well, yeah, you're older than me then. This is me trying to read chat. I can read it here. Second number 7. Right. Okay.
I think it is.
The third number is equal to the number of islands off the coast of Cape Kabar.
Islands off the coast of Cape Kabar.
Yeah.
Where the is that? Oh, there. 3, it looks like.
3, okay. So depending on what is defined as being a city on the map, it could be 373.
It's right on the eastern point, isn't it? And then there's just 3 little islands there.
Gave me a bite of my sandwich. Yeah. I didn't know what Vegemite was. My mum told me it was Marmite.
It's Marmite, but for people who can't have alcoholic stuff in it.
Halakar, you are a very, very sick man indeed.
Sounds like you'd be getting into the spirit of Call of Cthulhu now.
Yeah. Okay, shall we try out 373?
Yeah, 373, I think, is what I put in chat.
That's it! Exclaims Banadon.
Oh, it fucking is. No way.
Stabbing his finger at a map of the dry main that covers his chart table. 115 miles due west of Bir Abalu, 115 miles due south of the oasis of Bal-Loftan. He picks up a quill pen and marks the spot, the Tomb of the Marjan. This section is the correct answer to the code puzzle posed in section 331. You study the map and ponder the miles of desolation separating you from your goal. Banadon notices your look of dismay and quickly tries to put your mind at ease. Fear not, Lone Wolf. We'll be there before the dawn. You smile at his confidence, but it's not the actual journey that worries you. Your concern is what you may or may not find upon your arrival.
That is fair.
Yes.
God, that was simpler than I thought it would be, but man, I thought it was going to be difficult.
It's very straightforward. They're discussing the Men at Work song Down Under in chat at the moment, so I'm just going to leave them to it. I'm just going to leave them to it.
Mercurius comes from a land down under.
He does, and he's probably sick of the sound of that song.
Yeah, more than
so
likely.
was most of the people that heard it.
Yeah, I mean, I liked it at the time, but then again, I was about 12 or 13 years old when that was released. Mid-80s, I seem to remember. Yeah, I'd have been 12 or 13, I think.
So many times it keeps getting played over the years as well. Different.
Well,
pubs.
yeah. Well, hello, you're wrong. Australia does indeed have worse monsters than any D&D book, and yes, some of them are Australians, but there's also lots of really interesting stuff there.
Yeah, no thanks. Giant huntsman spiders put me right off. So
they have very, very few fatalities from the creatures there. That's the thing.
I'm not bothered about whether. In fact, you know what? I'd probably be happier if I died, because at least then I wouldn't have to see the monstrosities.
I mean, the most venomous snake on the planet lives in Australia, and I think there's only ever been 1 or 2 known deaths from it, because they live miles and miles and miles away from people.
Yeah,
and they're very timid.
Lives in Sydney and whatever else it is.
I mean, yeah. I mean, you're gonna have more issues with like the brown snakes, which aren't as poisonous, but are much more aggressive and are more likely to be in a city. But the inland taipan, the fierce snake, its venom is much more potent, but it just doesn't bite very often. And it's miles away from humans, and it's quite placid. It'll only try and bite you if you stand on it or try and pick it up.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's basically it.
You deserve to get bit. So.
Then you deserve to get bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think one of the fatalities was a herpetologist who was studying one because he pissed it off too much. But their venom is extremely potent, and I mean extreme, off the scales compared to almost every other snake on the planet.
That's like the Gaboon Viper. That's another good one.
The Gaboon Viper, isn't that the one with the biggest fangs though?
Yeah, they're in South America. Yeah,
it's not that their venom isn't anywhere near as potent. They've just got a lot of it.
Yeah, correct. They dump a lot into you. Correct.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
But again, they're not. I mean, they're not as aggressive as like a
So the lethal
rattlesnake.
dose is a
Right.
lot higher of that venom then.
Yeah.
But there is nothing more venomous than a pissed off wife.
That is true. That is true. Of course, the most venomous thing on the planet is a little tiny frog.
Yeah, the tree, that little orange and green tree frog down, and yeah.
If you touch one of those with bare skin, you're dead.
Wait, what?
Yeah, that's what the
Where's this?
the natives use. What they do is they rub their arrowheads on the frog to kill the animal.
You're not talking about the toad that makes you trip balls, are you?
No. Look up there's. I think it's the golden arrow tree frog.
Correct.
I believe. They are tiny. They're about as big as your fingernail.
Yep.
Tiny little things.
Some of the most dangerous frogs are the micro ones.
Golden dart. Right. Okay. Yeah.
The golden arrow. Yeah, golden arrow.
Golden poison frog. It's called golden dart frog. Golden arrow frog. Yeah.
Most of the poisonous frogs are the very small ones.
Oh, it's a real life poison dart frog. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Oh no, poison dart frog is a different thing.
And it's,
oh God, there's both of them. Oh God.
Oh, there's a lot of little tiny frogs that have got severe venoms on them. You only need to just you touch them and you're in trouble.
I was going to say there's a couple of salamander frogs as well, isn't there?
There's all sorts of little amphibians that look so cute, but you don't want to touch them.
Well, the poison dart frog actually does look deadly, but the golden dart frog is a bit more friendly looking. But yeah,
and a lot of them are that small you wouldn't even know where they are.
I've only ever seen a frog once in my life.
You've only ever seen a frog once in your life?
Yeah.
Serious?
Well, in the wild, yeah. Obviously, I've been to not aquariums, but whatever the fucking real life equivalent is.
We used to have a pond in our garden, and we'd have frogs hopping around our garden.
No, I've seen a fox.
I run them over with my mower all the time, not on purpose, but
I've seen a fox.
Foxes are quite popular if you're early enough around here.
I see lots of foxes. They used to live opposite my mum's house in the woods. Used to be out every night almost. You can hear them mating around here as well because we've got park just up the road.
They're weird ass sounds that they make.
Oh yes, it's horrific. Right, there we go. Dawn is breaking on the horizon of a low hill that is blurred and dotted with small tufted trees. Swiftly the Sky Rider has voyaged through the night to arrive at the foothills of the Koneshi Mountains, in whose folds the skyship is safely tucked away from watchful eyes. 25 miles to the north, across a landscape of barren rock and dry brush, lies the tomb of the Marjan. You set off with Banadon before the dawn, anxious to waste neither time nor the protective cover of the darkness. Now as the great golden disk of the sun climbs in the sky for the first time, you are able to see your goal. A massive excavation has exposed the heart of this scorched land, delving deep around the tombs of its forgotten ancestors. Thousands of Gaiaks, spiteful and malicious servants of the Dark Lords, labour unceasingly to remove rock and sand from this quarry. They are forced by Dracorim to drag their back-breaking loads up ramps to the rim of the crater. Close to the edge of the crater, an encampment of black tents surrounds a large domed canopy. Lying in the shade of this construction is a huge flying creature, an imperial Zlan beast. What's he doing here? Slan, what are you doing in this book? Didn't know you could fly. Its presence here can only mean one thing. Dark Lord Hakon has arrived. The thought of the Dark Lord's presence here chills your blood, but you draw some comfort from the labour of his Gaiaks. That they continue to labour is a sign that their mission has yet to be completed. The Book of the Magna Chi has yet to be found. Hello, Flamingo. It's impossible to approach the crater unseen. You will have to wait for darkness before you dare make your approach and attempt to enter the tomb. During the long wait, it is agreed that Banadon should try to find Tipasa. it is likely that he's being held captive somewhere inside the encampment. It seems improbable that Harkon would have killed him before discovering the treasure he has travelled so far to secure. During the day, you must eat a meal or lose 3 endurance points, or 2 if you have a canteen of water if you choose to drink now. I've got 1 meal left. I'll use it. It says we can't use hunting here because we're in the desert. As night falls, so your desperate quest begins. The Gyaks pose few problems that you cannot overcome with your basic warrior skills, for these creatures have been overworked to the brink of complete exhaustion. Only the Dracorim show any sign of vigilance, but even so, there are less than a dozen patrolling the rim of the entire crater. Not until you reach the main entrance to the tomb do you encounter any real challenge. A Drakkar stands on guard by the entrance, his cruel eyes glinting behind his twisted iron death mask. Occasionally, he diverts his attention from the watch to take a drink from a water flask. Do we want to use mind over matter here?
Why not?
We've been given the option of using mind over matter. Shall we? Go on.
Yeah, let's do
you.
it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Iman, you're
That's
on vote
telekinesis.
counting duty.
Okay.
Iman, you're on vote counting duty.
3 yes. 4 yes.
And a membership from Mercurius as well. Mercurius.
And another one.
Mercurius is imperious.
Of course, Mercurius says no. So 4 yes, 1 no.
Yeah.
Coco says yes. That's 5 yes, 1 no. Straw Piglet says yes. That's 6 yes, 1 no. Sorry, Straw Piglet said it first. I was just looking it up. Squirrel Hermit says no. That's 6-2. Doc says sure. Why not? That's 7-2.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, Halakar says yep. That's 8-2. Right, we're good.
We're good. I think we're good there. I think we're good. Yeah. Just 2 people invoking their rings of contrariness. Which, if you'd have watched the stream on Wednesday night, you would know that's my favourite magic item in D&D.
No, it's not. I fucking got you back. I got you back, bitch. I've been waiting 2 days.
You did. That was a new type of moderator allowed as well. And it's Coco B who got the membership. Splendid.
Ah, that explains why he's saying thanks.
That's why he's wooting.
Nice.
Right. So, who got that first membership? Did anybody see? No, it isn't. Doc Flamingo. No, it isn't.
Let me see if
I
I
know
can
that
see who got
sketch.
the first one.
I know that sketch. No, you don't. Yes.
Where's the first one gone?
Daniel, you've snuck in there. Jerry Williamson, Mage's Musings, Richard the Dungeon Caller, Ironcaster, and Table Runner Crispy. Okay. Well, we definitely know 2 of those. I have seen the others, 2 of the others pop up.
I see what you did. I see what you did there, Halakar. Very clever. If we already have moderators, would the new ones be extremorators?
Not on my watch, they wouldn't be. Right. Doc Flamingo. Sorry.
Daniel, looks like you got a fight going on here.
There's Doc Flamingo. Can't Rip, Dr. Funk, Sean Vieira, Julio, and Wessy's Corner Emporium. Is it Julio or Julio? It's Julio, isn't it?
It sounds like it would be Julio, yeah.
Julio.
Iglesias.
Julio Iglesias. Or there's Julio Jones, the wide receiver in American football. And there's the Paul Simon song, Me and Julio, down by the schoolyard.
The ones that Dan gifted, Jerry Williamson, Major's Musings, Richard the Dungeon Crawler, Ironcaster, and Table Runner Crispy. Nice.
Yeah, I said it. Yeah.
Oh, his name is just Julio. We'll never know. We need the last to confirm whether it's Hispanic or not.
Me and Julio down by the schoolyard. Yes.
Mercurius is like, stop it!
Stop it, you buggers! Right, mind over matter. 214.
Doc's got a fight going. He goes, henchmen, I command you to slay the followers of Mercurius. Fight.
Whose tune's that playing?
That
Is that you,
me.
Joker?
That was you. Is that your phone?
I'm just going to say, Doc, the ones that we recognize are on Daniel's side, so...
But I mean, it's a case of my followers are bigger than your followers. Like my dad's bigger than your dad.
Ooh.
My dad would batter your dad. And all that.
If
We've
you
all
should.
done that with.
I've got more cousins than you.
You probably have. I haven't got very many.
And where I'm from, most people are married to their cousins, so you know.
I was gonna say.
Oh, Mercurius again. Mercurius is summoning more minions. Pearl 7, Mox Opal, Dennis Nolan, and Doug Powis.
I don't know who they are.
Race.
You are allowed to stop, gents. I mean.
No, we must incite the violence. We must incite the revolution.
Like a pair of necromancers in the US Senate. You're not wrong, Alakar. You're not wrong at all. You're not wrong at all.
Do you know what? I honestly think Mercurius will win, though, because he's Australian, so...
He is ahead at the moment. He is ahead. Right. Okay, where was we?
The Aussies are known for not backing down.
As long as you call out both left and right, it's all good. Just call them all out. They're all knobs. Sorry,
Literally.
all knobs. Literally, yes. I'm going to talk about something I thought today with our election. I saw the news and I saw that Diane Abbott had got her seat again. And it was talking about how long she'd been in politics for and that she's now the mother of the house, as in the oldest person in the House of Commons, at the age of 70. I thought, bloody hell, still in politics at the age of 70. And then I grinned. I was like, she's 8 years younger than the youngest candidate in America. So,
it's perspective, isn't it?
It's perspective. And she's the oldest one in our politics, in our house.
Yeah, and she basically walked around when the dinosaurs were here. You know what I mean? So
she gave birth to some of the dinosaurs.
What does Joe Biden probably birthed the dinosaurs too? Then,
yeah, Max Opal, you're not even subscribed.
Wait, what?
Basically, random people get given the memberships, but I thought it was people who are subscribed who get them.
I thought you had to be subscribed.
I thought you had to be as well.
Well, I think Doc Flamingo drafted you for the arms race, Max. Mox. It's Mox.
It's Mox. Oh, it's Mox Opal. I've got my eyes are terrible. My eyes are awful.
I had to question my own eyesight for a second.
Yeah, you were drafted for a fight. Yes. You focus your skill on a nearby spade.
Enjoy your membership.
Willing the handle to rattle against the wheelbarrow in which it rests. It only takes a few seconds for the vigilant Drakkar sentry to leave his post and investigate the suspicious noise. By the time he returns, you have entered the tomb of the Marjan. Turn to 395. I ask very little, only that you die for my greater glory.
It's only your life, you know, the only one you're ever given, the only one you'll ever get. You know, it's fine. Dulce decorum est pro patria mori.
For as far as your eye can see, a perfectly straight sandstone corridor slopes away into the distance. Torches crackle and splutter on the walls, illuminating pictograms engraved in the yellow stone. At regular intervals, rough-edged slabs protrude into the main corridor. You stop to take a close look at one of these slabs and the floor beneath it and come to a frightening conclusion. They are traps set off, no doubt, by the Gyaks when they cleared this corridor of sand. Rather than instructing the Gyaks to avoid them, the Dark Lords must have deliberately used their slaves to trigger them. Once the traps had been sprung, the squashed bodies were cleared away and the slabs chiselled through to the next section. Pit traps in the floors seem to have been neutralised in the same way. Set off by the luckless Gyaks, they have been filled in with their dead bodies and levelled off with sand. The thought of this heartless barbarity fills you with a sense of renewed revulsion for the Dark Lords and their kind. Just over a mile along the corridor, eventually, you arrive at a large stone door. The stone surround bears evidence of recent chisel work, but the door itself is rock solid. You notice a faint beam of light descending from a hole in the ceiling. It creates a small circular pool of light, a little to one side of a similar hole in the floor. In the wall, near to the door, there is a triangular indentation. It is about the size as a gold crown. Do we possess a prism, a bluestone triangle, or neither?
Wait, hang on. Don't we have a prism of some sort?
I don't know. You're supposed to remember these things.
It's been 5 books, fam. I'm sure we had a prism of some sort.
No, it's not.
We haven't got a prism,
Yeah,
but we do have a bluestone triangle.
Oh, okay.
We do. It's there, written on the character sheet. Bluestone triangle. We got it soon after the summer.
Yeah, we might have had a prism and used it. Yeah,
possibly. Right. So bluestone triangle. Hopefully it's the right thing. 245. Otherwise, back to book 2.
No,
ain't doing that. You remove the bluestone triangle from around your neck and press it into the indentation in the wall. It's a perfect fit. You hear the sound of stone grating on stone, and slowly the door opens to reveal a chamber. It is dimly lit, but you see that the thick dust on its marble floor is covered with innumerable footprints. As you enter, you catch sight of a rough stone throne. It is facing the wall on the far side of the chamber. Suddenly, the stone door slides shut behind you with unnerving speed. To continue, turn to 289. Mercurius says he's going to be bringing the box jellyfish and taipans to the fight. Well, I'm hoping the others in the fight are armed with tree frogs, because I wouldn't want to face box jellyfish and taipans. They're pretty nasty.
I will just bring a big giant fish.
I'm just going to bring my first wife.
Daniel wins.
What
The
if I
throne
bring a
begins to
bunch of
revolve.
those Amazon river fish that swim up your stream of piss?
No!
You guys heard about those?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Hello, Table Runner Crispy. Another gifted membership recipient being summoned.
They must get a notification or something.
You do, yeah. Because as you know, I have my work account, which has twice received gifted memberships. And thus my work email account tells me that you are now a member of Ye Old Geeks channel. And I'm like, oh, thank you. I am now a member of my own channel. Yeah. The throne begins to evolve. As it turns, a terrible howling fills your ears. It changes and transforms into the growling of a harsh guttural language, the likes of which you have never heard before. Words and sounds that the mouths of men could never be shaped to speak roll through the chamber like thunder. It is the Dark Tongue, spoken by Harkon, Lord of Arnak, Dark Lord of Helgadad. He rises from the throne, the ghastly voice still echoing from his unnatural mouth. A spiked fist opens to reveal a glowing stone. Blue flame smoulders around its surface, and you can feel currents of power radiating from its core. Suddenly his words change, and you now hear a tongue you know well. He is speaking some lending. Look on your doom, Kai Whelp. There's a deafening crack, a sudden surge of power, and a fireball of blue flame leaps from the stone and comes hurtling towards your face. There's not many choices to make here. It's very linear, but if you possess the Summer Sword, turn to 311.
Okay.
This is the book we're playing. Lone Wolf, Shadow on the Sand. Choose your own adventure. You raise your golden sword. That's for anyone who's new who's watching. You raise your golden sword just in time to deflect the bolt of raw energy. It screams from your blade and explodes into the chamber wall, gouging a hole several feet deep in the steel-hard rock. The impact jars the Summer Sword from your hand. The blade arcs through the dust-choked air and embeds itself upright in the stone floor. Hurriedly, you roll across the floor and take cover behind a pillar. Your doom, Kai Whelp, spits Hakon, is but seconds away. Right, we do finally have a choice, chat. Chat and guests, we have a vote. We have a choice here of try to retrieve the Summer Sword, choose to move to a new hiding place under cover of the swirling dust, or try and stay hidden where we are. So, Summer Sword, new hiding place, or stay hidden. Vote away. Those are your choices.
Get the sword.
He knocked the Summer Sword out of our hand.
It did, yes.
We have to get the Summer Sword back.
Kick him in the nuts.
That's 3,
Sadly,
4,
not an option.
5, 6, 7. So 7 for the sword, 1 for boot him in the nuts.
Violence is always the answer. I'm taking kick him in the nuts as get the sword, to be honest, because
okay, that's 8 then.
It's violence.
Mercurius, where are you to say no? Come on. We need your contrariness. It's not the same without you.
For those who don't know, there's lots of new people in chat tonight. For those who don't know, I had a little vote a week or two ago regarding 4 D&D modules, AD&D modules that I dislike for different reasons. And everyone voted. Lots of people voted. Nearly 100 people voted. Not everyone, but nearly 100 people voted. If you haven't cast your vote, I think the vote's still open. But currently winning by a mile is S3, Expedition to the Barrier Peaks. So it looks like I'll be running that throughout August. I'm thinking of running it on a Friday night. I don't know if the players will be happy playing in a live stream game, so it might just be me on the stream DMing on a Friday night.
I'll be
there. But I am looking for people to play it. It should be amusing because, as you know, I'm not a fan of sci-fi. That's why they picked it. That's why they picked it, to troll me.
Can't be in that.
The options I put up were Expedition to the Barrier Peaks, because I'm not a fan of sci-fi, WG7, Castle Greyhawk, because it's shit, N2, the Forest Oracle, because it's the worst written module in history, and RS1, Red Sonja, because it's linear nonsense. And they've
Doc
gone for...
Flamingo says Tomb of Fuckery, Temple of Elemental Lameness are the worst.
I'm not a big fan of Temple of Elemental Evil. I like the Village of Homlet, the first part of it. I love that to bits, but the Temple of Elemental Evil is a mess. I actually quite like Tomb of Horrors, but it's a very much a specialist adventure that you run it for sort of like a special test. So I can understand why people don't like it. My favourite adventure of all time is, of course, U1, Sinister Secret of Saltmarsh, because it's flexible. There's a lot of role playing. It suits lots of different styles of play. You've got to be intelligent to sort it out, and it's potentially deadly. It starts off very, very gently, but it ramps up. I think it just works. It just works perfectly. So there you go. There you go. Right. Important safety message. The nurse android is not a pleasure golem. That will not end well. Ralph. Ralph. I love the gauntlet. The Sentinel's good, but it's nothing without the gauntlet. The gauntlet is probably... it's so close between U1 and UK3 for me. The gauntlet is magnificent. It's absolutely magnificent. The compilation of Against the Giants, G1, 2, and 3 as well, for the amount of adventure you get in there, is stunning. And it's, again, very, very flexible. There's all sorts of things that a DM can work with in there. But I love the gauntlet. I absolutely love the gauntlet to bits. It contains the biggest, as I've said many times, the single biggest oh shit moment in the history of AD&D adventures. Yeah, Sentinel is a setup for the gauntlet. It's a perfectly pleasant setup. It's an interesting little setup, but by itself, it's better than average. Just not great, but as a setup for the gauntlet, it works really nicely. But if you've never played the gauntlet, look at it. Have a look at it. It's such a good location. What's that coming over the hill? Yeah.
Oh, my brain did the tune.
Earworm. Right. So we've chosen violence. 278.
Yeah, I didn't see any more votes after that, so.
But yeah, the against the Giants, if I'm going to have to put them as a 1, 2, 3, I'd have Saltmarsh, Gauntlet against the Giants. But that's a top 3 of a very, very good crop of modules. I think those 3 are all magnificent. I like When a Star Falls, UK4. It's really nice as well. S2, White Plume Mountain. Love that one to bits. I've done enough lists. I've done loads of module lists in my time. So tier lists and all sorts. So it's all out there, the modules I like. I'm not shy to say, I mean, that's how I started the channel, by reviewing AD&D modules. That's what I kicked it all off with. Right, you run half crouch towards your...
I agree.
Hmm?
Strongly worded, Doc, but I agree.
Yes, if they had got a top tier artist for Sentinel and Gauntlet, yes, they should have done. They should have done. You run half crouch towards your golden blade, grab its hilt, and then continue at full speed towards the cover of another pillar. A burst of energy leaps from the Dark Lord's fists and explodes at the base of the pillar, severing it completely from the floor. A tremendous roar fills your ears as you are thrown backwards by the shock of the blast. Lose 3 endurance points. That's not good. Where's my sheet? Ah, there's my sheet with the endurance on. I hope. Yes, we are on maximum. Have a look at the mess at the top of that sheet.
Oh yeah.
Look at that. Look at that. Savage.
So organized.
Oh yeah. Hakon's unnatural laugh rises above the tremendous crash of falling stone, growing louder and louder until your head is filled with agonizing pain. Do we have Mind Shield? Yes, we do.
We do.
We do. We do. Suddenly the pain subsides, but the onslaught has only just begun. A mist as black as the grave is seeping from Dark Lord Hakon's mouth. It creeps along his outstretched arm and settles like a malevolent cloud in the palm of his upturned hand. Whirling shadow shapes draw into focus. Wings and tentacles sprout and take form. A curse in the dark tongue shakes the whole chamber, and then a deadly flood of horror hurtles from his hand. Do we possess the dagger of Vashna? Yes, we do. Yes,
oh, we
it's
do.
a special
Okay.
item.
I thought it rang.
It's not down as a weapon. It's classed as a special item.
That's right. Yeah, that's why we could take it.
If you possess the dagger of Vashna and you wish to use this accursed special item, tell me now. Otherwise, we will fight it. It has combat skill 24, endurance 40.
Mm.
It's tough.
24 and 40.
Yeah. Do we use the dagger or not?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck, I don't know. The book said it's accursed, right? So I don't know if it's a good thing.
Doc Flamingo and Ralph are discussing UK mods. I've got both UK 6 and UK 7, the modules you're talking about, but I've never run either of them. And I haven't even run I haven't even read all the Dark Clouds Gather yet. I've read all the Glitters. I like the look of that one. I like the look of that. That looks like a good one to me. But I haven't read all of Dark Clouds Gather yet. But I think the entire UK series has merit. Yeah, I've got UK 1 to 7 as well. So, did you also use it?
I think we've got the summer sword. We only had 2 votes.
No, you.
I say no.
You say no.
Yeah.
You say yes. Daniel says yes.
That's 4 votes for yes. Any more votes, chat?
Straw Piglet and Halakar both say use it. If you've got it, use it. From Ralph. Yep.
Ralph does 5. Yep. I mean, it says there's 13 people in chat, so.
Well, the 13. There were 14 a moment ago. You've scared someone off then, and now we're down to 12. I blame him on.
That's what happens when you put them in charge.
Yeah. Okay. Looks like using it has won the votes, even if people are abstaining this time. People are a bit.
I think people don't understand my bloody northernness. That must be what it is.
Bloody northernness. Oh, we have some artwork. That's the thing attacking us.
Oh, aardvark.
You have some aardvark.
Yes.
Deadly flood of horror hurtles from his hand. Yes. It's called a crypt spawn. Right, 286. You draw the dagger of Vashna. You are?
Is this the thing that he was conjuring?
Yeah.
Okay.
You draw the dagger of Vashna from your belt, and blue flame courses the length of the twisted blade. The flood of crypt spawn soars upwards towards the ceiling to avoid you. They recognize the power you wield and are in terror of it. Hakon himself stands in awe, unable to accept that you are brandishing the weapon of the entity that dominated him centuries ago. Wary of using the accursed dagger, you sheath it. What? They're scared of it.
You basically just went, "Don't make me use this," and put it away.
Preferring instead to rely on the goodly power of the summer sword. Okay, so we've got to use the Holy Avenger, and it's told us we can't use Black Razor, basically. Those that know.
See, I
AD&D,
told you we should have just gone with the summer sword.
Yeah.
Oh dear. We're literally teasing them with it. Don't make me use this.
It's like your mom
It's only a
saying.
tickle. It's only a flesh wound.
It's like your mom saying, "Wait till your dad comes home."
Right, that's a picture for this. That's a picture for this.
Wow.
You raise the summer sword and will the divine blade to discharge a bolt of power that will burn this evil Dark Lord from the face of Magnamund forever. The blade shimmers with golden flames, but no searing blast issues from its tip. Suddenly you realize what has happened. You're in a subterranean location, and there is no sun that the sword can draw on to charge its unique power. Hakon utters a terrible laugh that shakes the floor. A beam of blue flame is growing from the stone in his hand, forming a fiery blade that crackles and spits as it parts the dust-choked air. The stench of death and decay fills your nostrils as the Dark Lord prepares to launch his assault. We are fighting Dark Lord Hakon. We have Mind Shield, so our combat skill remains as it should be, which is 29. Yeah, 29 brackets 31. So it's 29 for this because he's immune to Mind Blast.
You didn't miss anything, Piglet. We put it away because our guy decided that he wanted to use the good magic, not the dark magic.
Yeah. Our guy is a wuss.
Halakar says we forgot to plug it in and recharge it, didn't we?
Yeah. Boomer things. I got to work this morning. Opened up the shop. Put everything out ready. My payment machine was dead. We put on a little charging dock every night. Guess who put it on the charging dock skew whiff last night? The battery went dead overnight.
Oh dear.
So I've been having to run all day, running backwards and forwards because our charging dock for it is plugged on a wall bay at the back of the shop. And every time a customer comes in, I have to grab it from the wall bay, take it to the counter, and then remember to take it back again, which I forgot to do twice. And I heard beep, as it turned itself off again. Yeah, that was really stupid of me. Right, okay, here we go. I had a busy day today, which is quite good. Share the screen. Share screen. I did forget to get Owlbear Rodeo up. Here is Owlbear Rodeo. So, are we ready? Do you want to know his stats?
Yeah, go on.
You do want to know his stats. Okay.
Yeah, of course.
Our stats are 29 combat skill. And how many passages? We've been through 3 passages, haven't we, since we lost that 3 stamina. So we're back up to 21 stamina. So we're 29, 21. His combat skill is 28. His endurance is 45.
Jesus. Final boss fight much. Okay.
Final boss fight. Here we go. Dice, please be our friend. Be nice, Dice. It's Dr. Seuss again.
No way.
Okay. Okay, we have a +1 edge over him. That is enemy minus 12 hit points. Lone Wolf, nothing.
Yes.
First blood to us.
Can I roll the next one, John?
You can if you want.
All right. Okay, let's go.
Are you
Of
in?
course it's shit.
Oh,
What was that?
you knob.
I f***ed us up. No, what have I done?
That no, we've still got because we've got a +1 advantage. That is still enemy -6, Lone Wolf -3.
Oh, that's not too bad. Oh, I fucked us up. I'm sorry, guys.
Shall I roll the next one?
Yeah, go for it. Get a 9, watch.
Same again. Same again.
-6, -3 again.
Go on, Iman. Go on, Iman.
Oh, I got a 5.
5. That's meh. That's enemy -8, Lone Wolf -2.
Okay, we're getting better.
We are getting better. We are. My turn. Come on.
Oh, that's juicy.
Enemy -12, Lone Wolf -0. Oh, no, enemy -11, Lone Wolf -0.
So what's he lost now? He's lost 35 more.
You should be keeping track of this. He's lost 43
I'm mentally
so far.
keeping track.
He's lost 43 so far.
I missed a round.
Go on, then, Iman. We do have an advantage, yes.
Go on, give me a 10. Yeah, got a 10. Let's go.
Yeah, a +1 advantage is massive. I mean, to be honest, we have to have it levels out at about a -5 disadvantage for Lone Wolf. So as long as our skill had been 26 or 27 or about that or higher, we would have been okay in this fight. 29 turned out to be overkill. If we'd have been at 22, 23 skill, it would have been very, very touch and go. Yes. Finish him. Sort of quote Mortal Kombat for you, Iman, being a gamer. And Joker, of course. You're a gamer.
Yes, I appreciate it. Test your might. Excellent.
You examine the floor where Dark Lord Harkon fell, but there are no signs of his body to be found. The atmosphere is strangely calm and peaceful, as if a great and evil shadow has been lifted from this place. If you lost the Summer Sword in the confrontation with the Dark Lord, you may now retrieve it. You got it back. You turn around and walk to the throne where Harkon sat waiting for you to appear. Beyond it lies a portal, an ancient... We would have lost that fight if we hadn't picked up the Summer Sword.
Even though the Summer Sword wasn't charged, it still gave us the combat bonus.
Yeah, it still gives you the +8 or whatever.
We just weren't allowed to use like a magic spell to zap him.
We weren't allowed to blast it. No.
Yeah.
You turn around and walk. Yeah, we'd have had a attack strength of 23 going into that without the Summer Sword, so that would have been really touch and go. You turn around and walk to the throne where Harkon sat waiting for you to appear. Beyond it lies a portal, an ancient inscription carved deep into the blood-red stone. Below the carving is set the impression of a human hand. Instinct and intuition guide your hand to the door. The carving fits around it like a glove. Silently, the portal slides back to reveal your destiny, the Book of the Magna Chi. Set upon a pedestal, the book lies open, its secrets revealed to your eyes alone. As you lift the sacred book, the very air throbs with the vibration of the force locked within its sun-gold cover. With a pounding heart, you take the book and hurry from the chamber. By the time you reach the foothills of the Kaneshi, Baladon has successfully completed his mission. He and Tipasa are waiting for you. When they first see you appear, clutching the book of the Magna Chi, they can barely contain their excitement. "This night of triumph," says Baladon jubilantly. will herald a new dawn of hope for Sommerland. The Kai shall be reborn. Your quest is now completed. You have found the legendary book of the Magna Kai and freed Magnamund from the evil shadow of Dark Lord Hakon. But for you, Kai Master Lone Wolf, the story has only just begun. Your destiny lies upon the path of the Grand Masters. Master their secrets and attempt to fulfill the first exciting quest of the Magna Kai in the first book of the Magna Kai series, The Kingdoms of Terror.
Oh,
There's the book. There's the book. And we have finished the Lone Wolf series. How many times did we die during that series? About 5-ish?
I was going to say 5, yeah.
About 5.
I think 1 in book 1, 3 in book 2, and 1 in book 5.
Yeah, I think that was right. Yeah, I think we went 1-3-1.
Because we had a long stretch where nothing could touch us.
Yes, that was books 3 and 4. We blasted through those, but we had that horrible bit of luck at the start of book 2, and we had a bit of a dodgy moment in this one as well. We got cornered, didn't we, or something? I can't remember.
Yeah, we tried to climb over the gate and we got shot with arrows, I think.
Yeah. So 5 deaths in 5 books. It's taken us a while to plow through them.
It's actually quite forgiving, especially to players who've played all the previous books and could carry skills over.
It's clearly a lot easier if you've got the whole series. It's to encourage you to buy the whole lot. The Summer Sword was very much overpowered. I don't think there's no way you're going to complete that last adventure with a fairly rolled character without the Summer Sword. And it was also the fact that when I rolled the character, I got a very high skill and a very low stamina or endurance, whatever. So we had a skill advantage already. Just our stamina was no good, but we counteracted that with the healing proficiency, which for every page you flick through where you're not fighting, you recover 1 hit point. So
if we lost of healing, isn't it?
Yeah, if we lost 5 or 6 during a fight, by the time we got to another fight, we'd be at full hit points again almost every time. That's what kept happening. So, yeah. Having that dagger helped as well.
I actually kind of like the system of the healing because it's more akin to how it would be in real life. Maybe not to that extent, but yeah.
I think it's
like as time progresses, you would slowly heal.
You would, but I think it's a little overpowered, personally. But I can see why they did it simply.
I think the way that Call of Cthulhu does it makes sense, though. Because if you got a minor wound, you're fine. If you got a major wound, you're not fine. I think that makes
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
So if it did sort of feature where, like, oh, you have the kind of discipline of healing, but you have a major wound, that would be the middle ground, I think.
Yeah.
No, I know.
Well, we had something like that. We had to find the Erda herb, didn't we? Otherwise, we had a permanent loss of weapon skill. So there was that bit where you had to get extra healing. So
that was actually really terrifying as well. Thinking Lone Wolf had to fight with only 1 arm. No.
Yeah. Now I'm probably going to play through this series again by myself and try a different. Because in the first book, I think we got everything pretty much right. So I'm going to intentionally try and get things wrong in the first book and see how easy it is to actually die. So let's see how we go. But I'm not going to play them again live on stream, not for a while. Yeah.
What's next then?
What's next? Well, I have a very, very large choose your own adventure Call of Cthulhu, one that I'd like to run, but I don't want it to be broken up by playing S3.
What you're doing in August?
Yeah. So I'm going to save that for September. And I've got one of Jonathan Green's books to read at Christmas.
Alone Against the Flames.
We've played it already.
Yeah, I know you've already done it, but there's so many endings in that.
There's loads of endings in a lot of the Cthulhu ones. We could play one of the short. In fact, we haven't completed Alone Against the Tide. Yeah, next week we'll be Alone Against the Tide. We haven't completed
Yeah.
that. And we haven't completed Alone Against the Frost either. So we're playing. I'm playing Alone Against the Tide next week.
Is that the Wendigo one?
No, the Frost is the Wendigo one.
Yeah.
Tide kept killing us. We died a few times playing Tide.
I can't remember. I think I started to watch You're Alone Against the Tide, but I didn't get round to it.
Well, don't watch it. Don't watch it at all. Where is it?
All I know is you're on a boat. That's all I know. I want to know what was in the box.
Daniel,
on the ship.
Yeah.
Is that your first wife?
Yeah, that's on a good day as well.
Halakar still wants to know what was in the box we couldn't open on the ship that sank in book 1 or 2 because we didn't have mind over matter. I don't know. I haven't. We couldn't get into that box because we didn't have mind over matter.
Yeah, we don't know because when we tried to open it, it just killed us.
Yeah. Well, book 2 killed us a few times. But no. So we will be.
No, but
we
that
will
was
be meeting
one
Daniel,
of the
Daniel's
times it killed us.
Yeah.
Because we all ignored the box, and then when we died, we were like, "Oh well, we should just see what's in the box then," and then we died again.
Then we died again. Yes. So, curiosity killed the cat, and the wolf.
Killed the lone wolf.
Yeah.
Well, cats have 9 lives. Wolves only have 1. So,
Random snake bit us in our sleep. Oh yeah. I didn't like the start to book 2. It was very, very random. There was very few choices. It was just roll a d10 and go
second
to
one
various
was
places.
very linear.
Yeah, it got better after the start. The end of the book was quite good, but the first half of the book was meh.
It reminded me a bit of Creature of Havoc in the sense that if you didn't get the right dice roll at the beginning, you couldn't finish the adventure no matter what you did.
Yeah, it seemed that way. Yeah, and that is the problem with Creature of Havoc, the fighting fantasy book. But so, what do you think was the best book in the series? I thought
The Gladiator Battle was a nice point.
The Gladiator Battle.
What?
Which book was that in?
What are you on about?
In this series?
Was it this series?
That was in Fighting Fantasy, I'm sure.
That was Trial of Champions.
Ah.
You're mixing it up. You're going with that was the Fighting Fantasy one. But that's a good part of the Fighting Fantasy series, Trial of Champions. Bloody tough book. I can't remember which.
I'd say book 1 does a fantastic job of building the world and introducing the characters and the stakes that are at hand.
Yes. I like the fact
book
that
2
book
is the
5.
worst. I think we can agree on that.
Yeah, I like the fact that book 5 is split into 2 separate portions, and it's bigger.
Yeah.
The others are 350 entries. Book 5 was 400 entries, but in two stories, each of 200.
Yeah.
I did like book 3 a lot. So that was a good one. Did like that one.
Some of book 5 was a bit brutal though.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what book 3 and 4 were like.
I felt like there were quite a lot of choices. There were a lot of it hinged on having.
Wait, hang on. Which is the one where we went in the caves? Was that book 1?
Was it the Chasm of Doom?
No, that was book 3 or 4.
Let me get my books.
Wait, no, one of them was Caverns of Calté, wasn't it?
Yes. I'm missing book 2 from these. I don't know where my book 2's gone. But Caverns of Calté and Chasm of Doom. Yeah, Yeah, they do blend. They did blend into one, but I think Caverns of Calty. I think that's the one I liked.
I think the problem is because we didn't die in book 3 and book 4, we sort of flew through them and didn't get a chance to absorb the information as much.
Yeah,
No,
because
true.
well, then again, I can't remember my last name half the time, but I don't really remember them. So yeah.
Right, let's put those back.
Actually, hang on a minute. Book 2 was where we got the summer sword, though.
Yeah, we got the summer sword at the end of book 2. The ending of book 2 was really good. That bit at the end of book 2 was brilliant.
So I think... Which one was book 3? Was that Caverns of Calty? Was that Chasm of Doom?
Yeah, Caverns of Calty. Halakar likes the Road Warrior book. The one that felt like a Car Wars game. I think, yeah, Highway
Freeway Fighter.
Freeway Fighter. Yeah.
Did we ever finish that?
No. No.
There's another one. I think it's called Starship
We kept
Traveler.
dying at the bridge.
It's in the same sort of vein.
The ones we've done Forest of Doom, finished that one. We finished House of Hell because we ploughed that one on as far as and we're determined. We finished Lone Wolf series, and we finished Alone in the. We completed Flames with a good ending. We completed Alone in the Dark. Alone Against the Dark, or whatever it's with a good ending. We had a bad ending at the end of Static, though we can say we finished it. We haven't completed Frost or Tide. Any others we've completed? Let's have a look.
I got the quote-unquote best ending for Alone Against the Flames. Which, as you know, in Call of Cthulhu is actually the worst ending.
We completed Beowulf, and we died in the last encounter at the end of Dracula. Yeah. So, out of the, I mean, I'm not reading through Dracula again. I had a chat with Jonathan Green about that at the expo, didn't I? And
You
said,
did.
yeah, maybe it's not an ideal one for a stream.
I do recall.
Bear with me.
Oh,
Ah,
hello, Keith.
I can't hear you. Okay.
You
There
get
we
called
go.
off.
I hadn't put the hatch thing on properly, so I was very loud downstairs. Been blown off. So yeah, we've done Forest of Doom, House of Hell, the entire Lone Wolf series, Alone in the Flames, Alone in the Dark. Did those Alone Against the Flames, Alone Against the Dark. Those we completed Beowulf. We had a moderate ending to Static. We died at the end of
John, we still
Dracula.
haven't done Warlock of Fire Top Mountain successfully, have we?
No, we still haven't completed Warlock of Firetop Mountain.
Is that ever going to happen?
Keith's favourite was the Atlantic Crossings. That got tedious. That got so tedious.
Was that the one that you had to read a lot in?
I just ended up ignoring a lot.
Oh, the one with like the tennis cinema bingo, that one.
Yeah.
I remember that.
It just didn't fit a stream very well. I thought the rest
God,
of the
which one was that?
Alone Against the Dark.
Oh right,
It would be
okay.
it'd be absolutely fine when played solo by yourself, but reading it out all the time, no, it just became, that became too monotonous.
the thing that was confusing about it is that normally you'd have 1 or 2 options, maybe 3 to choose from. You could only pick 1, whereas this was like you had 20 options, you had to choose 3, and it's
And
like
you had to keep doing it.
you know, some of us
You
would
had to
agree
keep-
on certain things, and some wouldn't, and yeah.
And you had to keep doing it. That was the problem. Halakar says that he ran Alone Against the Flames for some teens at church camp last July. They got burned alive. It was rough. And then Straw Piglet replies, "Hal, but how was the game?"
Yeah, did they get burned alive in the book or at camp?
Yeah, we don't care about the outcome. It's about the journey with Call of Cthulhu. We all know this. Oh yeah, John, while you were away, I said I got the quote-unquote best ending for Alone Against the Flames, but as you know, in Call of Cthulhu, that's actually the worst ending for the person.
Oh, I know that ending. Yeah, I got that one when I played it.
Yeah.
It took me.
I
died badly the first time, and the second time I played it through, I got the most entertaining ending. Wait, is that the one where you get to the end and it all goes up?
So there's so I don't want to spoil it for anyone who hasn't played it, but yeah, there's basically 3 options and none of them are good.
No, it's Cthulhu. I don't think there is any.
So you know that bit where it was like, if you have a previous appointment, this is the time to follow it up. So I had that appointment. Yeah.
Yeah. I did as well. when I played it, it was like, this isn't good.
Thankfully, though, the rolls were on my side because I failed a few rolls that were sort of not important, but when I needed the library use and spot hidden, it came in clutch.
I got the ending I did because I passed an appearance check. So maybe a different.
I didn't go down that.
Oh no, maybe a different ending.
Check.
Yeah, I had to pass an appearance check to get the result I did.
I had to pass a credit rating check.
Did you? Mine was appearance.
Yeah. Mine was a credit rating check. Yeah.
Then I probably haven't had your ending then, and you probably haven't had my big ending either.
Oh no, my ending was as big as it gets.
That's what I thought.
No, boys.
I became one with the stars.
And I was come on.
Is that the ending where you become one with the stars and so does everybody else?
Wait, hang on. I'm trying to think. It's the one that. Wait, hang on, because there's 3 versions of it. It's really hard to remember. There's one that kills you. There's one that kills everyone. And there's one that makes you part of the great ones, but also kills everyone, I think. I can't remember. Something like that.
I think I got the one that kills everyone, and you got the one that makes you part of the great old ones.
So I didn't do either of the Celestial Flames ones. I did the one that the dude told me to do.
Oh right.
Yeah. Spoilers. Yeah.
Spoilers. Alone Against the Flames is a great solo Call of Cthulhu adventure, and it's fantastic.
If anyone wants to play it, it's free on Chaosium. By all means, go ahead.
Yeah, you get it in the Chaosium starter set.
Yes. It literally starts off before you even read the rules. Rules is book 2. Alone Against the Flames is book 1.
And it leads you in very nicely. This is a game of Call of Cthulhu. And then it torments you and spits you out and turns you into charnel and all sorts. Yeah.
Aye. But you know what? If I hadn't ever played Call of Cthulhu with you guys, that book is a really good way for someone who's unfamiliar with it, but at least knows what a choose-your-own adventure book is to get started.
Yeah, it's fantastic. It's fantastic. Is the one where you charm the priestess and have to consummate with her entire coven? Could they get
Oh no, that was in
away
Bear's
with doing
Palladium game.
Yeah, it was. That was in Bear's Palladium game, yes. And then we stopped him. It was like that scene
Looks
from
like-
Monty Python's Quest for the Holy Grail.
Yeah, but then it ended up happening to a Thane anyway, so...
Yeah. But yeah, that scene in Quest for the Holy Grail. And now for the oral sex. And then they come bursting in. We're here to rescue you. I don't want to be rescued. Yeah.
So when you played Alone Against the Flames on stream, you actually got the worst ending, which is actually the best ending, because you survived and you got away.
Yeah, we ran away, didn't we? We ran away and survived and got away from it all. Which I suppose is the best possible ending, because if you don't get away, you ain't gonna win. You ain't gonna live.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh dear. Right,
Pass
so
a credit check. Yeah, I don't know how I passed the credit check, mate. Look at me.
when the solo game called Iron Helm arrives, we'll be running it through it live. Are you going to be streaming that, Squirrel Hermit? If so, just sort of give us a little bit of forewarning. I'll try and be online while you're playing it.
Oh, yeah.
Depends what day you're doing it. But excellent.
So what are you thinking for next week then? You said Alone Against the Tide.
Oh no, it's a tide next week. Yeah, I think so.
I won't watch that stream then.
I think we'll go dark. We'll go dark next week. And I think of all of them, the writing in Alone Against the Tide is probably the best. But I've played it
because that's
we've never
isn't
completed it
Cthulhu
on stream.
inherently like a sea sort of creature, like a amphibious sort of
Yes, he's a giant squid thing.
Yeah,
sort of big blubbery arms and legs and big squid tentacles, and he's massive. Yes,
like in the Dr. Seuss version.
Dr. Seuss version, yes, exactly. But I've completed Alone Against the Tide while playing it myself, and I completed it really my second playthrough, I think, and it was really short. So it was disappointing in that sense. But when we played it on the stream, it's been pretty good because it's killed us twice, 2 or 3 times. So.
So you're saying the problem is chat?
I think the problem is dice rolls. When I played it by myself, I died once due to bad dice rolls, and then I succeeded due to good dice rolls. And when I've run it through with chat, I don't think we had the dice luck. In fact, I'm pretty sure we didn't. I think you've got to have a bit of dice luck. But, yeah, it's like any choose your own adventure one, though. I mean, you've got to have a bit of dice luck along the way. Do you like that slimy squid? It can crush your tiny id. Good bit of rhyming. My so let me show you something. Let me get this up. Video details. This is the video details thing. Yeah, see all this? This is all the behind the scenes of my channel. Videos. My Browsing the Dragon one has had fewer views than that series normally does. But this one, look at the stats for this one. My read-through ones normally get about 100 to 150 views. For some reason, Cthulhu versus Dr. Seuss. Look at that, +9 subs. It's quite a short video, so the watch time's normal. Views, 590. It was getting even today. and yesterday, views are still coming in at a decent rate.
Look
I
at that
will
graph.
admit-
Show us the graph.
I've been slacking because I've been busy, so I've fallen behind on everybody's vids. Just busy moving people and with work and all the other happy crap.
It was getting 60 odd views an hour on I don't know why. I don't know why. But this estimated revenue thing, 76 pence estimated. That's an overestimate. Divide that by 3 and it'll be a lot closer. But still, it's fine. Shows how
Bloody hell,
well
you're going to be
YouTube
rich from
pays.
that one video. Don't
Oh,
forget
yes,
about it,
70.
will you?
Yeah. But 9 subs from it. Wow. This was an odd one as well.
Nice, Halakar. That's what we want.
Oh, excellent. But this is an odd one. Normally, this is the other way around. See down here, not subscribed and subscribed. Normally, about 80% of my views come from subscribers, and only about 20 from not subscribed. This one's got out there for people who aren't subscribed to me.
That means that this is a video that YouTube is pushing.
Yeah. So the simple
Almost
fact is,
all my videos come from people who aren't subscribed, which means that I'm being put on people's front page.
yeah,
Well-
and it means I wasn't until I did this.
Also, I don't know who this has happened to that's in chat or anything. I've been having to go through and try to remember who I was subscribed to.
Yeah.
It was about 3 weeks ago, YouTube went through and unsubscribed me from everybody.
It
So
does.
now I'm trying to find everybody's sites that I was subscribed to.
I mean, this is more normal. This is my Dragon read through. 93% subscribed, 93.5%, 6.5% not subscribed. That is
I
more
love those videos, by the way. Those in the
Thank
White Dwarf. I'm in the process of watching your last White Dwarf one. Just been busy, but yeah, that's what
this is
I'm bitter to.
Not quite,
This is-
Ralph. He hasn't broken the algorithm. He's broken into the algorithm.
I've broken into it. I've hacked it. Yes, but it does seem that if I can combine,
It's happened to me, Straw Piglet. I was subscribed to Beard Meats Food, and it unsubscribed me for some reason. I would never unsubscribe to him. I'm telling you.
because he's great. Beard Meats Food is. He's a good bloke. But normally, I mean, normally, as obviously my videos are generally quite niche, but it does seem that if I sort of do something to do with what I like crossed over with something that is a bit more mainstream, such as Dr. Seuss and Call of Cthulhu. I like Call of Cthulhu. Dr. Seuss is more mainstream. That seems to be what gets it. So
Maybe you got to do some sci-fi stuff.
No,
I'm going to be
and
doing
on
that.
that
aren't
note,
I? I'm going to be doing that, aren't I? Where is it? Talk amongst yourselves. Oh,
you're welcome, by the way, John. You're welcome.
Most of you will know what adventure that is. And we'll
If
know this
anyone's
booklet.
wondering,
We'll know
it's
all these
because
pieces of artwork.
Was it last Friday? Last Friday, we're talking about Dr. Seuss or Call of Cthulhu or whatever in live chat, and I found the PDF and I sent it to John, and then he ended up doing a read through of it a lot sooner than I expected.
Actually, I think I missed that. Is it on YouTube or not?
What they
Because people in
The-
chat were talking about, have you read that Call of Cthulhu that's in the style of Dr. Seuss? I was like, what? That's a thing? I Googled it, and it is a thing.
I-
And then there was also the Very Hungry Cthulhu Pillar,
Yes.
but there was already a reading of that on YouTube, so...
yeah. And
But
then
if you've
there's
got 5 minutes spare, chat, check it out. It
And then there's the one
explains why he's so freaking hungry.
And then there's the one that Andy found, which was Call of Cthulhu meets the Teletubbies, wasn't it?
Oh my god.
Oh my days! Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yes. Yeah.
And Tinky Winky needs no explanation.
Tinky Winky.
A Call of Cthulhu D&D adventure. Isn't that just Call of Cthulhu?
You could cross Cthulhu elements with D&D elements, but I think when I run D&D or OSE, I do try to naturally have a little bit of some sort of horrific or weird effects in there because I like that sort of thing.
Like squishing a character for 5 times more than their hit points.
That wasn't me who did that to you. That was Gingerbeard.
Okay, all right.
Piglet, it's somewhere on the Discord server. I'm not sure where, but it is definitely somewhere on there.
I can imagine, Halakar, that would be very overwhelming to attempt to do Mountains of Madness in D&D. I think that would be huge. I think it'd be really
that sounds like a pretty
well.
monumental task to me, mate.
Yeah.
Especially because I don't know half the shit.
Well, you've not even read the book Mountains of Madness yet, have you?
No, I don't have it.
Listen to the audio book on Spotify. It's on there.
Okay.
It's about 5 hours. Somewhere. It's about 5 hours, but it's a good listen. That's how. I haven't read it. I listened to the audio book. But the best thing I ever found on Spotify though was the Lovecraft Files. It was the BBC Sounds adaptation of three Lovecraft adventures, all combined into one, with a running theme through them. Beautifully done.
Piglet's asking, the deities and demigods Cthulhu stuff doesn't work? Question mark.
I haven't got 144 page. I've got it on PDF. But I haven't got it.
If somebody has that book, hang on to it. That's a rare find. If you have that,
it's not as valuable as people do make out. It is more valuable than most of the other books, but not as much as people. But it's worth hanging on to, definitely.
It's just hard to find.
I've heard of Adventures Dark and Deep. Cthulhu Supplement for AD&D and
AD&D. That's clever.
Yeah. I should look into that.
That's really clever. That sounds more my speed.
Yeah, very probably. But Mountains of Madness. Where's that one? Here it is. That's the size of the Mountains of Madness adventure for Call of Cthulhu.
Wow, that's a hefty boy.
You're talking. That's years to go through. One to convert it or whatever. Then,
if you convert it, it's 430 pages.
Yeah,
but there's a lot of background in here, and it's got things like ship manifests and all that sort of stuff. There's tons of. It goes into absolutely, utterly anal detail regarding what planes are available, and I mean here for example, we've got here the Northrop Delta on a typical cargo flight to Lakes Camp. The weight of it, the pilot, emergency supplies, how much lube oil you need, how much fuel you need, and then how many passengers you can then carry.
No, Piglet, we need HP and sanity, so we can't use HP for sanity, I don't think.
It's got a a camp roster here of about 30 characters, all NPCs, which I'd have to be in control. You have to be in charge of when running it, and big pages of descriptions about them. You've got boats here, 2 massive boats, how much cargo they can carry, all that sort of stuff. There's a snow tractor. There's another boat there. About 30 odd pages of handouts. A list of all the stuff they took, how many sodium hydroxide canisters, how many oxygen tanks, electric lanterns, cameras, how much film, how much climbing rope. It's just, it's immense. The amount of detail is absolutely insane.
See, for me, I honestly would not want to run that. I don't even know if I'd want to play it. But it's somebody that's into role-playing games. I would just read it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like Planescape. I love the setting, and I always wanted to run it or play in it, but there's so much stuff to it.
Yeah.
It was just, I bought every module I could and every book I could just to read them.
The adventure itself is 280 pages. The appendices are the other 140. And a lot of the adventure itself is background. So, I did watch an abbreviated playthrough of it, and it looked like an immense amount of work. And I could see that the keeper made a number of adjustments to make it watchable, because it's such a slow build up to it. You could play for months without even starting the expedition.
Yeah.
Saxius would absolutely lap that up. Yeah. It's lovely. It's a lovely book. I've actually read the first 30 odd pages. That's it so far. Yeah. I'm up to page 32. And then I decided to run Horror on the Orient Express instead. But I'll go back to it. Anal detail. Aliens makes me uncomfortable. Lube oil, no. Too much.
It's funny, huh? Oh my god, how I almost spit my drink out.
So, Adventures Dark and Deep. I'm gonna look for that. I had heard of that, but I didn't realize it was.
All right, Halacar. Those are the one comment was something I think I would have said. That's kind of surprising.
What the hawk tour?
Yep.
You know what that means, John, by the way, don't you?
I do.
Yes.
Yes. I haven't been able to avoid that one flying around the internet for the last week or two.
Yeah, neither have I, unfortunately.
You realize how much money that girl has made since that video came out?
She made it her entire personality.
Well, then she was on a show with, I think I said this the last live session we did. She was on a show with Shaquille O'Neal. That right there is like hundreds of thousands of dollars. She's probably made $250,000 since that video came out.
Bitch.
And now she's selling.
Is that all? Peasant.
Yeah, peasant. Yeah. She's going to be a gazillionaire for being a slut.
Yeah.
We all see the same stuff. I don't know. I mean, for the most part, I assume a lot of it is just what's in popular media, isn't it?
Yeah. And it's what they force on you.
Yeah.
Like you guys were saying about the Dr. Seuss and Cthulhu thing.
Your feed is absolutely customized to you, but it also assumes that you're a human. So, you know, all humans must be interested in the same things according to the algorithm.
Yeah. Yeah.
What annoys me about YouTube is, as I've always said, I always try and get a bit of a balance when things happen, and I do look at videos on the same thing from opposite ends of the spectrum. But that means I get all sorts of things cropping up on my YouTube feed.
Oh yeah.
It's like, no, I don't want to go down the rabbit hole. Thank you very much. I've just no. We'll stop that one there.
That's how I saw it, Straw Piglet. That's how I saw it too.
Who's Charlie?
We can always trust our monotonous overlord.
Well, that's like
Charlie is a
John
YouTuber by the
was
name
saying
of
how he goes
Zero.
from one extreme to another, and
motherfucker.
I'm the same way, because like if I watch, of course I'm into firearms, I watch my gun tuber guys, I get flooded with gun tubers. Then I watch D&D stuff for a day, I get flooded with that. And then there's one thing called the Y-Files, which is hilarious because the guy has this little token goldfish that's a smart ass. There's the Y-Files and What Lurks Beneath. And they do like conspiracy theory type stuff. So I'm sure I'm on a few lists by now.
I watch quite a few historical things.
I do watch that. Like I watch a lot of stuff.
I watch marble racing.
No, that's cool. When you show those videos, I think that's really neat. It's very cathartic.
It is. It is. I watch rallying videos.
I watch people shooting coyotes.
Yeah, police violence video. I have seen a few of those, and yes, they do.
Yeah.
You then have to sort of go, no, not interested, not interested, not interested, not interested, not interested.
I saw this one video where this police officer thought he was under fire when an acorn.
Oh yeah, that one.
Fucking hilarious.
That you ought to see how many memes came out over that. That guy got bagged on so much it's stupid. Every gun tuber that I watched just bagged on him. An acorn hit his car, so he jumped out and dumped 2 mags on this one guy that was not guilty of anything. Yeah.
Yeah, and then he goes, I'm hit. It's what?
Yeah.
No one's firing at you.
Yeah. That one was funny. But there's one guy called Donut Operator. He used to be a Navy SEAL, and then he was a police officer for 2 to 4 years. Then he retired. And he reviews police videos. And if it's a proper shoot, he says good shoot. If it's a bad shoot, he drills the cop into the ground. And he bagged on that acorn cop for days. It was hilarious.
I'm not surprised.
One thing I do quite like, you seen that MMA commentator who does those. He gets videos of people, various fights happening around the world, and then puts MMA commentary. Reviews? No, Steve Inman.
Oh, right, the guy you sent me. Right, yeah.
I'll have to look him up.
Yeah, he's quite funny.
I'll type it in chat here for you, Dan.
Some of them are a little bit at times. There was some I wish I hadn't seen.
One was goated.
The Yorkshireman one was excellent. That was very good.
Goated, man. What a dude.
Yeah. I think he can be funny. I mean, some of it leans into sort of things going on in America a little more than I'm interested in, but there's some various ones from around the world.
Cool. I'll look them up.
A Chinese guy who comments on fights. Hello, nerds, nerd. Hello. You've joined while we're just in the talking shit bit at the. We finished the book.
You have a habit of doing this, nerds, nerd.
She does.
We love you
Yes.
anyway.
Yeah, we're just talking shit at the moment about YouTube videos.
Yeah, we finished book 5, so we're just talking shit now. So
yeah, we've completely finished Lone Wolf. Lone Wolf is all done. So
what's his name, Piglet? I might have come across him.
Well, fiddlesticks. I haven't heard that in a long time.
Oh,
well, fiddlesticks. Yes,
she's a sweetie, isn't she? She's not going to swear.
No, never. No, never.
I thought Mum must be in the bathroom. God, Dino.
You don't mess with nerds, nerd.
Okay. This is the dog's new toy called Dino.
Back to our good behaviour again. Okay. All behave. Especially you, Halakar. I'm watching you.
Halakar's actually been on pretty good behaviour tonight, I have to say.
Most of the time.
Hey, I've been very good tonight. Give me some credit too here.
Yeah. Well, somebody popped in the shop yesterday and said, "Do you like it? Would you like a free sample?" I was like, "Go on, then. I'll give it a try." Another freebie to add to my collection.
There you go.
What is it? Vape.
I get tons of them. He was banging on about how nice the juice was, and to be honest, I don't think that juice is too great. I think the device is good, but I don't think the juice is too great. Yes, YouTube filters are a thing. They're a pain in the ass, and the amount of times that people start saying, "I've been, why'd you censor my comments?" The only censors
I've had that.
The only thing I've got on mine as any form of censorship is links, which is to stop porn bots. You have to put limits on who can post links in your chat, otherwise porn bots raid you and you start getting all sorts of crap in there. But that blocks them. That blocks those out. But apart from that, there's no other language things in there at all. We've got a bear joining. We've got a bear. Bear doesn't want to join us on Friday.
Hey.
Hello. Hang on, I gotta fix my audio.
You're all right. You coming through clear?
Now we got the right microphone going.
All right.
Hey.
Yeah. We finished the book. We're just talking shit.
I tuned in and saw you talking shit, and I said, apparently someone has put up the bear signal if they're talking shit.
Yeah, that's about
Clearly
right.
my time to shine. Shit talk.
Yeah.
So what are you looking at? Channel content? Are you going over your history?
I was just the one I did the other day. I was doing various sort of fiction reading things. I never got more than about 100 views on any of them. Azathoth peaked 172. I thought that's because it's short. And then the other day when I did the Call of Cthulhu meets Dr. Seuss, it suddenly blew up. Suddenly blew up. That's quite good, isn't it?
It's a shame, though. I've noticed that, too, on my channel. Something I do will blow up, and then I get no carryover audience from it because the rest of the material isn't like that. You know what I mean? So they're like, no, it's boring, and they move on.
Yeah. But hey ho! So I've got to find more children's books about horrific man-eating entities.
Yes,
Okay.
It's not just a bear; it is the bear.
No, it's just bear. It's a noun. And in this case, it's a proper noun. My God, John, why aren't you defending the English language all of a sudden? What the hell happened to you? Who got to you? Did Big Dictionary get to you?
I'm happy to be the old geek.
Yeah, but that's a title.
It is, yes. It is.
If I were to say you're the John, you'd be like, wait, I don't frequent prostitutes, Oh, is that not? Does that joke not cross the Atlantic? What do you guys call men who frequent prostitutes in the UK?
Actually, in America,
Sad bastards.
Desperate, usually.
in
Well.
America, a John is a shitter.
Well, no. There's two ways. The John going to the John, or a John is someone who frequents a prostitute. They're trick, as you would call it.
Correct.
There is the colloquialism
I've never
a
heard
John
that.
Thomas.
My John Thomas. I can put whatever I want on my John Thomas because I'm a Protestant, the thinking man's religion.
Your John Thomas is your dangly bits.
Yes, I've seen Monty Python. I know what a John Thomas is.
Every sperm is sacred.
I'll put whatever I want on my
Amateur
John Thomas.
pronoun.
Could even get a French tickler. Oh, why don't we then? It's a great sequence.
Yes, and there was a-
Bloody Catholics filling up the bloody world with bloody children they can't afford to bloody feed.
I learned what John Thomas meant from a song that was released in the early 80s called "The Man with the Biggest Plonker in the World." It was by a comedy artist called Ivor Biggin.
No,
Yeah.
You can see why I listened to it when I was 12, 13 years old. It was really funny. And it was about a guy called John Thomas Alcock.
oh my God.
He went, John Thomas
Well, it's
Alcock.
nice seeing y'all. I gotta go. Bye. I came for
was
shit
funny.
talk and got this instead.
It is quite good funny. It is quite funny. Very silly, very smutty. Highest brow British humour right there. Yes, absolutely.
And yes, and then we have Big Nine.
What are you doing? I don't care. Go away.
Big Nine,
Yeah,
you mean
Barry, you
Judge-
sound like me with my cat.
Judge Dredd?
Yeah, his name escaped me for a minute.
Be good, be good, be good, be good, be good. It's a great song, actually, by Men at Work, or the Be Good Johnny.
Be Good Johnny. Oh, right.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know it. I
Yeah,
don't
play
know
football
it.
this year, Johnny? Nah. It's really
Oh, I've
good,
seen
man.
this channel, Piglet. Yep, I've seen it. I should subscribe to it, to be honest.
I thought an English prostitute habitue was called habitu. Really? Is that a word? A habitu?
I don't know. Is it?
Prince
I think
Andrew.
the word habitual would be probably maybe. I don't know. Anyway, Prince Andrew. No, that's not a prostitute, sir. That's something we can't say for fear of getting John banned on YouTube.
Correct.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
a French word, habitué.
Habitué.
Habitué has an accent on the end of it. My God, Americans learn to use accents if you're going to spell in French. Ugh.
It does
I'm
have an
talking with
accent.
Halicar. It does not. Where's the accent?
Wait,
I
hang
don't
on.
see the. I don't see the accent aigu. I don't see the accent aigu on the end of that habitué.
Aigu, yeah. It's
Accent aigu. C'est pas accent grave, c'est accent aigu. Avec aigu, tu as
Yeah.
le son A.
no
Fuck, I
circonflex.
speak French for fuck's sake. Jesus, I live in a French place.
You live in
I got
Quebec.
fucking Iman trying to fucking give me French lessons. Shut the fuck up, young man.
You are
I'm
Quebecois.
trying to give you French lessons. I'm trying to give all the other people French
I'm not
lessons.
Quebecois. I'm not Quebecois. I was not born in this province. I am not Francophone as my primary language.
You adopted.
Your keyboard doesn't have
By
an
the-
alt
by the-
key.
I was,
by Quebec.
yeah, well, yeah. I was adopted by a Quebecois family, actually. That's true.
Oh, right. Oh, of course. Yeah, you've told me that before. Yeah.
I'm actually from Nova Scotia. New Scotland.
New Scotland. Yes.
Nova Scotia.
Isn't that where Halifax, Nova Scotia? Isn't that where
Yes, sir.
in the Halifax harbour something blew up?
They had
during World War
the explosion of during World War One. The Halifax explosion leveled the city.
Yes. Read about that.
Basically,
Read about
two ships collided, and one of them was carrying a shit ton of ammo for the war. And basically, there's a great story that comes out of it. This one train operator who saw the fire, saw what was happening, and refused to run. So he stayed in the booth, sending the message down the line and telegraph, stop the train. And they stopped the train in time before letting, because if they had not stopped the train, it would have been right in the city when that thing happened. And there was like 300 people on that train that would have died too. Oh yeah, it's a huge fucking
Yeah.
thing, man. When you
Yeah.
read about it, it's like,
Yeah.
huh. flatten the city.
Yes.
They had to rebuild everything. Yeah,
I had it in a book of
Okay.
disasters when I was a teenager because I was into reading about those really happy
I'd say
things.
it's one of those things that, like, as much as we want to, say, oh, war is horrible, war is this, war is that. Yes, but thank God for the wars that have progressed the technology on storing fucking ammunition. Like, thank God for that little safety measure we've had.
Yes.
So Lebanon, remember that one in Lebanon a few years back, where the warehouse exploded in downtown Lebanon near the harbor, and it was, I don't know, it was ammunition that they were storing something, explosives anyway, and it fucking blew. You can actually find videos of it on YouTube of people hearing the explosion and recording the shockwave as it's coming towards them.
I do know the loudest noise ever recorded by humans is Krakatoa. Yes.
Yeah.
And that makes you wonder just how big that one that blew up in 1815, 16 was, the one that caused no summer around the planet for a year afterwards.
Oh, what the fuck was that one? I can't remember what the name of that one was.
Tambora.
Yeah.
Tambora.
Is it Tambora? I'll believe you. But yeah, fuck, dude. Listen, we are but fragile little pink monkeys and brown monkeys running around on this planet doing the best we can to survive. Yeah. If we don't destroy ourselves, the world will. No worries.
we have video evidence of what happened when Mount St. Helens blew, and that was not a patch on Krakatoa, which in turn was not a patch on Tambora.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember St. Helens. I was in school, and they made us watch the news. The two times when I was in school in the 80s when they made us stop and watch the news. No, St. Helens was in the summer. Might not have been in school. I remember we talked about it. Anyway, Space Shuttle. Jesus Christ. Why would you see now in the States? They didn't have a choice because they usually put all the kids in the school to watch the shuttle launches, so they saw it live.
Yep.
We had a fucking teacher who thought that was a great idea, so she was making our class watch the fucking shuttle launch live, so we got to see it explode in real time.
Yep.
And then they dragged everybody into the fucking gym and replayed it. It's like, the fuck is wrong with you all? Why are you trying to traumatize an entire generation of children?
Halakar, you were in Pinatubo. That was the early 90s, wasn't it? 90s. I remember that being. That's the biggest one in the last 30 odd years, I believe.
Where was Pinatubo?
Indonesia, Philippines.
What was the one in Iceland that fucking redirected air traffic for 4 months?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, what does that mean? Delicate flower. It's Icelandic, the language of love, much like German and Japanese.
I mean, I don't want any explosions in Iceland, at least for another 6 months, because I'm coming to Toronto via Iceland.
Yes, all flights go that way.
Well, my flight, I'm landing in Keflavik for a 2-hour stop in Iceland before heading on to Toronto. So I really don't want Iceland to be knackered because I'm reliant on that. But,
get your voodoo, get your dark magic going now, man.
Yes, that's all booked. I'll be going from the Tuesday to the Tuesday.
You know what I hate about this weekend, July 4th weekend? The Americans, for the most part, go almost radio silent for 4 days. So the internet is completely boring for 4 days because they're not doing their usual crazy shit every day, and they're not like posting in chats and all that. They're all busy barbecuing and drinking and fireworking. You know what I mean?
Wait till Monday when we all show off how many fingers we blew up.
Yeah, exactly. Did you see what Crafty Matt posted on Twitter? Oh, it's not. It was unkind. It was a annual message to remind everyone, if you're going to play with fireworks, read the manual. And he put a picture of Indestructiboy with his eye patch and everything. It was like, oh fuck, that was brutal.
For those who don't know, Indestructiboy is a RPG YouTuber who does lean a little bit into the politics of it all.
Kind of a little bit, yeah.
a little bit, and he's essentially got half a face because of a fireworks accident.
A fireworks malhap. He lost his eye, and he's got a stitched up side of his head.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
And he and Crafty Matt do not get along. They have a history because of some of the stuff that Indestructible Boy's done, and well, needless to say, he decided to, in true American form there, Daniel, he decided to escalate it and take a shot across the bow this weekend.
I would never do that. I'm nice.
Yeah, you are.
You subbed to him on live chat, and he thought your name was Subversive.
Straw Piglet, because straw man arguments, right? Because when you're woke, everything is related to that.
Right. Okay.
I think there's a better expression, which is when the only tool you have is a hammer, everything looks like a nail. Or my personal favorite, the French, which is when you have only a little bit of jam, you have to spread it very thin. So, I'm just impressed Daniel's awake, by the way.
How did I know you would say something about that?
Well, I gave you a good 5-minute lead in on that.
There was a moment earlier in the stream when I was actually watching Daniel thinking, and then he moved. And I was like, oh, no, he's not asleep.
Problem is, at his age, is he asleep or is he dead?
There is that.
There is that.
Credit.
Technically, other than young Iman, the four of us on this panel are all in that danger zone now. It's true. Joker, you're over 40, right?
He's over 40, yeah.
45 this year.
Yeah, there you go. He's in the danger zone. Welcome to the danger zone.
He's a youngin'.
No. We say he's a youngin'. Medical professionals go, well, yeah, you're a male over 40. You could go at any time.
All right.
And then when you're like 45, you go, or even 55 and you die, they go, he was so young. Fuck you. We are not young. No. Our bodies don't work right anymore. We're not young. Shut up.
I was young 24 years ago.
Yeah, exactly. About 25, 26 is when I stopped being young,
Yeah.
For me, it
was around the time my brain closed.
Try telling my head that.
Yeah, no, exactly. No, that was the argument my body had to have with my brain about 45, 46. It was like, yeah, I know you used to like doing those things, but we're not doing them anymore. No, come on, body, let me. All right, you can do them, but I'm going to make you fucking hurt tomorrow.
Well,
yeah.
It was 30 that hit me like a sledgehammer.
30, really?
Day. Yeah. I didn't mind hitting 40. 50 was horrid, but...
40 was a kick in the nuts. 50 was a fucking sledgehammer to the nuts.
I was playing volleyball last week with a bunch of teenagers.
What happens when you fall asleep on the volleyball court? Do they just like spike the ball off you repeatedly? What do they do there, Daniel?
Yeah, they use my head to tee off on.
They use you they just roll you over to the side and use you as the boundary line.
Pretty much.
Which side of Daniel did the ball land on? That'll determine if it's in or out.
As long as they put the bottle of vodka with me.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Iman, thank you very much.
Hello.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Oh, my third trimester.
Your third trimester. Well, you can still kick him out then. Legally, you can still kick him out. It's only when you get past that trimester you can't kick him out anymore. I don't even know if I'm still a member. Am I still a member of your channel?
I don't know.
I cleaned up all my memberships because I was like, man, I can't afford all this shit.
Well, I just gifted.
That means you've earned £4.90 from me, John. I'll pay you back for that keeper's book eventually. Don't worry. It'll come around.
Scroll Hermit, no one likes a braggart. And I am officially not a member anymore. Sorry, sir.
Oh. And they've been throwing out memberships like confetti tonight. Some of the.
Oh yeah.
You didn't get one.
No love for no time for love, Dr. Jones.
No. We had Mercurius, Doc Flamingo, and Daniel going, members.
Yeah, they were having their own arms race at one point.
Yeah.
An arms race? Wow.
Yes.
Well, someone in chat called it that.
Well, that's fair. So I hear you might be playing in Saxis's heroic game there, young Iman.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I thought he would have told you about it. Yeah.
Yeah, he bought you an official PDF today as a gift.
He did.
So
Very
you'll be
kind
getting
of
a copy of the final PDF when it's ready.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yes, I did want to
Yeah,
play in
look
one
at
of
you.
your heroic games, but obviously the time slot that you run's not really the best for me.
no,
But Saxius
it's
lives in the UK, so it's the same.
yeah, it'll
time
work out
slot.
better for you that way. Yeah. Yeah. Plus, you don't want to.
But
play the game
I would have,
with me.
I would have loved it to be you.
No. You're gonna have fun with.
Oh, we've got a
Saxis.
Palladium game, so we're good.
Yeah, exactly.
A week on Saturday.
Exactly. I mean, that's not going to last
Indeed.
forever. You know what I mean? Eventually, that'll run out of steam, and when it does, maybe we'll play some heroic. Whoever wants to play.
Aye. Halakar, you don't remember how to. Do you remember how old you are, Halakar?
Yeah.
It's the you press the donate button, and it's one of the options.
He pressed the donate button and it disconnected him.
Just shy of 1 year months. 9
There you
months.
go.
You've just
There
been
you go,
born.
you
Oh,
dirty
he's been
old
born.
bastard.
Oh, bear. And his. Oh,
1 year 9 months.
yeah. I think
thought you meant
Halakar's
1
my
year in
third.
months.
I think Halakar's my third longest member. Behind the first person ever to get
Oh,
a
Bear's
membership with
joining
General
the
Nut.
arms race.
Well, when there's a good fight, Canada has to get in there.
Okay, who got this one? Cheers,
Eric
Bear.
Noble,
Thank you.
Recovering the Reformation, Davy Pat,
I know
Jeff
none of
Thuss,
these names.
Person 14, Soylent Bean, Elvis Pressplay, William Slaughter,
Elvis
Azathoth,
Presley.
and Loc.
That's
Elvis Press Play.
and that's Evil
Yeah.
Person 24. You peasant, not 14.
Oh, sorry,
no,
I read
wait.
it wrong. It's 24.
No, it's 24. Yeah, 10. It's XXIV 24.
Yeah.
Halakar was number 2 by an hour. Then it's Hungar. Hungar's third, isn't he? So yes, General Nut beat Halakar by about an hour. So to becoming a member.
Elvis Presley, I like that.
Yes, you do see some good names, don't you? You do see some good names.
Bear gifted a membership to Azathoth himself.
That's right.
Oh,
The dreaming idiot has gotten a membership.
oh, we're in trouble now. We are in trouble now.
Pipe, you little pipers, pipe.
Yes. But with this, I mean, the sad thing is about this flood of memberships happening now. Have you seen the time?
It's almost pumpkin time, or it's after pumpkin time. It's post pumpkin time.
It's pumpkin time.
Well,
It's
there we
pumpkin
go.
time.
Well,
It's
my
pumpkin
pleasure to
time.
show up for a little bit of pre-pumpkin time.
Yes. So we are at pumpkin hour. We have finished the Lone Wolf series, the first 5 books in the Lone Wolf series. That's all I've bought from that series. So that series has come to a close for now. Next week, it will be Call of Cthulhu, Alone Against the Tide. We've played it 2 or 3 times before and died. So let's see if you can be a bit more successful this time. Or the dice. See if the dice can be nicer this time. But thanks for joining us. Thanks for popping in, Bear.
Yes.
Mercurius, Dan, Doc Flamingo, and now Bear's army. So we got 4 armies.
Oh yeah, we were talking about having armies fighting each other. The subscriber armies fighting each other.
We were going to maintain peacekeeping duties only.
There's all sorts of warfare going on with most venomous creatures using them against
That's
each
why
other.
the bears are the peacekeepers. You understand?
But Bear versus
Check my
Golden
latest
Arrow
comment
Tree
there.
Frog.
No.
Well, you got to have a tree to be a tree frog. That's all I'm going to say.
If you touch a tree frog, though, you're dead.
No, just remove the tree.
Yeah, that's true.
Problem
That's
is,
true.
a bear would eat the frog, and then the bear's going to die. So
Yeah,
they
probably.
both die. Mutual annihilation.
Exactly. It's mad.
So
Madness.
I'm going to be heading off. Thank you,
Okay.
Bear. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you, Iman.
Have a
Thank
good
you,
night,
Joker.
everybody.
Cheers all. Thank you, chat, for all your generosity tonight. It's been wonderful. And I'm going to head off, and I will see you probably Tuesday, because I've got to do an extra shift at work on Monday. So my work week ends on Monday, and I've got Tuesday and Thursday off next week to make videos, which feels odd. Anyway, cheers all. Good night.
Yeah. Bear, are you doing any?
Reconvene
Are you-
next week, and we will continue